certainly did not deserve that.
Why?
IRKmaster asks, why did I bring that my kind chest? And I explain it to him that it doesn't get destroyed by the Ender Dragon. At least it didn't used to in previous versions. I'm not sure if it's true any longer. And of course it should be true. Especially now that we don't have mob griefing on. But on the other hand, the creepers can still blow up like item frames. So I used up my ladders because I didn't get to use them. So I wanted to use them in one way or another. Right now we're just waiting, as we did a lot of this weekend. Now we're actually getting more obsidian to close him in even more in obsidian. And I try to hit Antax, but I fail miserably, and I hit myself and fall down. I would have died if I didn't have feather falling, but of course it's a necessity to have, I would say. King of the ladder. And I've discussed that like the Enderman wasn't Enderman. I mean, and the Ender Dragon wasn't that much more harder than last time. Like, they haven't changed him to be a lot more harder. But the difference is that we had a lot of gear this time, a lot more than last time. I don't know. I don't think we actually recorded that time though. It was before I started my channel. But that time they had like nothing but snowballs. Some of these people. And of course, it is a lot harder if you're doing it on your own, for sure. As IRKmaster got to experience. So that enclosed him in obsidian and he can't get out. Guess he has no pickaxe. And of course I hit Antax as well.
Fan Anton!
Here we go. We're finally ready. Oh my god. So much waiting. So this is kind of dangerous because it's out in the open pretty much. That's pretty close to the edge as well. Not super close, but of course pretty close. And Dark 8 was killed by Enderman and altitude. And there, Fistman is dead. And as you saw, some of this stuff probably fell off into the void, so that's not great. So now we decide, this is too dangerous, let's build up to it. Very beautiful stairs there. I'm trying to get back Fistman's stuff. Now they're going through, and I'm behind. So the missing armor that Fistman almost lost was apparently picked up by IRKmaster. So now we are in the new area with all the cool stuff. Of course, we need chorus fruit. Dark 8 doesn't know, and even not even IRKmaster knows that if you eat chorus fruit, you get teleported little ways. Always down to ground level though, so you can use it to actually get down to ground level without taking damage. Pretty sure. And of course you need these seeds, otherwise you cannot grow in the overworld, but it's not like you need a lot of this stuff, it's pretty cheap. So while gathering a bunch of flowers, kind of get behind, they head off north while I'm getting this chorus fruit stuff and the flowers. So they went off north, but we didn't get very far before we got like islands. And yep, almost killed the fabulous Fishbone there. Why can I not pronounce that correctly? I don't know. They almost killed him while he was AFK once again. While we were waiting for IRKmaster to make a bridge. Okay, you stop trying to kill Fishbone. No, we're just trying to protect him, right? Now, of course, we now see invisible IRKmaster building a bridge. Really, I don't exactly know why we built this bridge, because we had more on this island to explore. And this island is really quite far off that we're heading to, and doesn't look to be very large. Of course, these guys are not trustworthy, so of course IRKmaster is nervous building a bridge. So, now we made it to the island. There's nothing here. And right before my eyes, they disappear. That's nice. And of course, invisible Enderman as well. You just see the particles. We now decide to go back to the other island because that was larger and we didn't really explore it. So, if we now we're now heading to the east. Fabulous Fishbone is back. And actually we don't really find anything of use so far. Going east really is giving nothing. We kind of turned south as well, bridging over here, hoping to find something. We've pretty much explored all of that island back behind us now. But there is nothing over here either, so we can make this short bridge here, which I think I end up doing. Of course, I'm super nervous making bridges like this. I hate it so much. Finally, we got over that gap. And this island actually looks somewhat large. Or not. I forgot. We had to make another bridge first, but this next island is actually a little bit larger. Of course I see nothing in the distance, but what can you do? Debating on what island to go to. We got this one in front and then one to the right. So we end up bridging to this island here, right here, in front. And now I'm out of blocks and I have to use birch wood. So now we're kind of separated. People are lost. Trying to get them over here. It's just me and Anthax are at the moment. Once we've made it over to this new island, I try and get some more blocks. Because apparently you use up quite a bit of blocks here in the end. So while we are heading off this way, Anthax is going off in another way. Anthax has now found a large tower, or not large tower, but tower, a tower. So we're heading back. We didn't find anything in this end of the island, so you know. And now we see the tower finally. Unfortunately, there's no boat or end ship, as I think it is actually called. Just so you know, the video after this one is the commentary for that is of course recorded before this commentary. Just so you know, 'cause this is commentary after the fact. Now we're in our first end city, which is not much of an end city. It's just a tower, a pretty small one at that. And I fell down, but thankfully IRKmaster has slabs. And here we have the shulkers. I kind of don't want to kill them because, as far as I know, they don't respawn, and in 1.11 they're actually quite vital. So, you know. Now we made it up to the chests, and there's stuff in it, but there's not great stuff. There's a mending Fortune 2 shovel there though, which is pretty good. I take the crap while IRKmaster took the good stuff in this particular one.
I don't know actually.
But it is the first, so you know, doesn't really matter. A lot of the time I feel like Endermen are angry at me for no reason. I don't feel like I looked at him. Maybe I did. It's kind of strange because it's kind of hard to hit them. They're like too close for you to be able to hit them. Kind of weird. Of course, I gather these end rods. They're quite easy to make, but you know, why not? Yep. So that's how much damage I take with feather falling. I'm falling all that way. I could probably have fallen all the way, but you know, only 2.5 hearts of damage. So that's the first tower. In hindsight, should mark them. Should have marked them, which we end up doing later. And there we have another one. We just randomly went westward, even though that was kind of the way we came from. And we just saw another one. They're actually in view, both of them, at the same time. Which is pretty cool. So, Dark 8 rushed over here. I kind of spent time making this bridge because you want to be able to get over to other islands without using ender pearls. It's just common sense. Sometimes it's kind of risky to throw ender pearls because it's just at the range of ender pearls, and if you hit the wall, you're very dead. So having bridges over to everything is pretty good. But yeah, Darkade rushed over and now he's at the tower and getting pretty confused about the mobs in the end city. Finally we made a bridge and we're very much out of blocks now. Pretty tall tower. Unfortunately there's no bows in this one either. Ladders up as usual, because that's the fastest way, really. Because I now get hit by these stuff. These shulkers. Keep getting hit, so eventually we do make it up without using ladders. See, what is the loot in these chests? Nothing, and iron and gold. Ah, fuck you! IRKmaster stole my loot, even though he took the ingots last time. You know. It's a very tall tower, honestly, but there's nothing too exciting about it. So now I head off in the southwest after looting that tower. So now I actually got to the edge, pretty much, I think. I mean, there's almost no islands past this, it's just these small islands. That is what happens when you get closer to the main end island, which we kind of are now. We kind of want to return now because some people are out of food. Of course, that is not a real major issue, but it would help to actually create maps, we realize. So now I just explore several islands. They're not very big, but covering quite a bit of ground even so. They're not much country not much gap between the islands. I feel like we almost made it to back to the original island here by other paths, but it may be that one over there, I'm not sure, but we cannot quite get back there and we don't know for sure. And at this point we don't really see any more islands that we can go to. So now we're just backtracking. I mean, that's pretty much it for this adventure, really. For now. Like, these people don't really play on the server. It's only me and IRKmaster that actually has any kind of real interest in the server. So when we go back now, it's mostly for resupplying, but they ended up not wanting to play any longer, so which is understandable, really. This is no more fun than any other aspect of Minecraft, really. So yeah, we end up going back, and then you'll see in next video actually my and IRKmaster's commentary, and I am actually quite tired in that video, just so you know. It's kinda low energy commentary, but you know, at least it's live that time. And then actually happened some interesting things there, but there is a lot of walking that I've skipped out of this video, and probably will skip out of the next video as well.
Oh shit.
I don't like when people are eating on the bridge. It's kind of dangerous.
Nej men alltså...
And now we go back. And I kind of feel like I don't really need to go back. I have food. And I have everything else. It's just blocks really that I need, and maybe to just to deposit some crap, you know. It's actually kind of dangerous there because you spawn right on the edge. It's not great. Not sure how that works, and I'm not sure why they got so angry at me, these Endermen. So now IRKmaster wants to go back and make some maps. And that's about it. So for this section at least, now they go on and actually play some Terraria, another series that I will put up. I actually played through all of Terraria in hardcore. I don't know what it's called, but you know, it's not called hard mode. What is it called? Expert mode. Yes, that's it, I think. So we did a whole... It's just a normal playthrough of that. But the catch is it's in Swedish, and I do not plan on commentating all of the hours on that. But just for this session, me and IRKmaster wants to play more... well, explore more in the end. And that is what next episode is going to be about as well. So... I actually recorded the whole thing with the Ender Dragon fight and this exploration into 2 videos. I may split it into 2 videos, probably. Just so you know, it was recorded in one batch, this commentary, and of course the video as well, really. But I hope you have enjoyed however many videos this was, and thank you very much for watching. Oh, and one last thing. Theoretically, Kurom should have been here, I guess, but it's just I don't know. It hasn't been too active on the server. I haven't either, but. It's really hard to know whether or not he's interested or not in these kind of things. And of course he's almost always in the busy status on Skype. So I don't know. It just didn't feel quite right. He hasn't played much at all on the server lately. So really past the first week, nothing much really happened. But yeah, I shouldn't say too much because I didn't do that either. But just so you know what's going on, lately he hasn't been on at all. So yeah, that's why he wasn't in this. Otherwise, he probably would have if he had at least stayed semi active and played at least once a week. But he's still part of the server, so he's welcome to play more. Of course, it's just I don't know. That's our kind of our reasoning. But anyway, I think that's enough blabbering about, and thank you very much for watching.